What's going on, everybody? I hope you're all well, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XVI. Gonna be pressing on with more Echoes of the Fallen today, and I did remember something in between these recordings. I forgot to equip the sword that we got. We literally unlocked a brand new sword that already is better than what we spent most of the game trying to craft. We have the Fallen Enforcer. Shadowy details of its make and provenance aside, attempting to explain why a blade so apparently blunt might be able to slice through hardened steel like a brand through butter would be like trying to explain why birds can fly or the sky is blue, an endeavor best left for bards and bookrights. Indeed, and we are neither. We are just going to be swinging the sword at people. And it is a pretty blade. I like that. Let's go find something to kill with it, shall we? I'm excited to get some lore dumps on what's going on with this place. It looks like we're heading right into another fight. Which is actually potentially a giant problem because we've had zero time to warm up. And it may have been a couple days since I last recorded, so...
Of course they built more than one. Though it appears
let's not take anything for granted here. Man, the length of time he was frozen for is unholy. Permafrost is crazy strong. No. Let's not do whatever that is. Yeah, we don't want any part of whatever that ability was. See for me, big guy. I don't think we'll need to use a big ability for that. Just trying to build some of my Zan gauge up with the dodges. Timing was a little off. Well, this place is already full of really fun fights. Bombardment bit. Once willed from slumber, the spherical construct of fallen provenance will fit and flutter about its new master like a dutiful yet unseen hummingbird, sweeping in to provide aid should the need arise. Increases willed damage dealt using most aerial attacks by 20%. Also increases maximum number of stomps from 2 to 3. I think we'll keep what I already have on.
And that makes 2.
Yes, but of how many?
Likely
Depends on how
plenty.
determined they were to conceal their activities.
I'm still, if you recall, I did equip the thing that is increasing my cooldowns every time I land that precision dodge, I believe. There it is. Reduces ability cooldown time and restores a small amount of the HP regain gauge following a precision dodge. Every time I dodge, I get an opportunity to earn health back with attacks, and it lowers my cooldowns, so give me plenty of opportunity to be slanging. Got any sneaky little chests hiding around somewhere? We do not. Now, if I find an opportunity, I need to hit Dancing Steel at some point.
Too easy. If the tower is in control, why not simply disable the lift? What are you suggesting, Joshua?
That it's hurting us.
That seems likely. I can only imagine what kind of big encounter we're gonna have to deal with to get to the Mothercrystal.
There's an entire fleet.
I am loving the music right now.
Is still capable of flight. Mid will want to see this.
That orchestral choir piano type vibe to it. It gives almost like a haunted castle, a Castlevania kind of theme song to it. I love music in general. I'm somebody that when they listen to music, they feel like a range of emotions from said track. So any time that I get any kind of quality soundtrack in anything, it immediately just makes me feel things. That's why I'm such an appreciator of soundtracks in all the games I play. You probably noticed by the amount I talk about music and scenes or certain parts. And the music going on here is painting a beautiful atmosphere and picture of this place. Feels like I'm in somewhere ancient. Okay. God, I hate these fucking flying dragon things. Now I don't have Phoenix dodge. I'm sure I won't hit the one in the sky, but it'll get rid of the ones on the floor, which is important. Get them out of the way first. The less we have to deal with, the better.
Nice try.
Since we're down to just one, it'll make all this way easier. Cannot be losing health potions to random dragonlings in a place like this, because I don't think we're gonna get the opportunity to restock at a merchant anywhere. I think we're gonna be living off chests, so I gotta be careful with my supplies. This whole place gives me a vibe that's something similar to Mass Effect and Darksiders, like put together. That's the vibe I get from all this Fallen stuff, like Darksiders 2 and Mass Effect, I would say. Well, the two games this reminds me of the most. How beautiful this place is, too. The sightlines from up here. Gorgeous looking game. Bravo, Square Enix. I'm curious to see what's going on with all those life forms in the pods.
We're being watched.
It's actually perfect because... Okay, but I clearly hit that though, right? I feel like that was very apparent that I hit that. Did I not literally get damage numbers on that? Do a really good job spacing enemies out with the Shiva crystal. I think I mentioned that already once or twice, but worry about this one on this side for us. Oh, he died before I could, like, milk the Zan charge off him. That's unfortunate. I tried to get sneaky and do it right before he died. I'm gonna try and build that up in between encounters since we don't know what we're gonna end up running into. Maybe we can walk into a fight with the full charge. Man, the vibe and the aesthetic of this Fallen stuff, that light blue. The glow that everything has.
Transferring Sentry Prototype AM2 to Stasis Silo West.
Well, let's see what it has for us.
We'll just have to hope those crystals it's sporting are as worthless as the others.
Something tells me that since it's in a living creature like that, likely not. Don't the crystals draw power from the creatures anyways? Isn't that how these different kinds of things work?
How is that even possible? Better not to think about it.
I'm glad I guessed right.
Follow the ether, Clive.
Right.
I see. That's an interesting mechanic. Careful, Torgal, you're like right in the line of fire there, boy. You have to pay a lot of attention to this little disc on the floor. Make sure you're not standing in that. That's likely a mechanic for later. Something to pay attention to, I imagine. isn't it? Got him just in time for that. Okay, we're going into that fight. The next stagger phase of the full Zan charge. I do suppose I would be a little broken if we could just do it like that.
Let's try.
This should be the end of him. Indeed. Not bad. These encounters are fun so far. There's a new ability twist on some of these. New things to worry about. There's a lot more happening. Aqueous humors. Northern legend tells of a terrible winged creature, Angra Mainyu, who, having lost one of its eyes to the blade of an intrepid adventurer, spent the rest of its days weeping as it wandered the countryside. So bitter were its tears that upon striking the earth, they would turn the very soil to stone. A side effect that would both irk farmers while simultaneously tempt blacksmiths with the prospect of what such a substance might do to their iron.
Neural link lost. Re-establishing connection.
Imagine an entire war fought with these things. The quantity of ether required to animate them all would be unfathomable. No wonder they were trying to manufacture their own crystals.
Unable to establish connection. Raising threat index.
What, so they were trying to make their own super soldiers with that stuff, basically?
Seems we made an impression.
Well, that explains why they let us forward so far. They didn't think we were worth halting our progress.
They may not.
I wonder what this place is. Is it some kind of AI? Going up, I suspect. Times a lot of fallen towers in a day. Ring. Well, this place already looks cool as shit.
Is that living flesh?
I'm beginning to think this whole tower is alive.
This has to be some kind of artificial intelligence, right? Some kind of automated war protocol to work on all this while they did whatever they were doing. Civilization that had all of this must have been going hard. You die first for casting that little spell that you just put on somebody. Impulse is actually very good at dispelling that little buff that they get. So that's a useful tip for the future in case any big boss gets a hold of that buff. Just throw Impulse at it over and over again. Let that problem take care of itself while I deal with other stuff. Now, Assailment might be something interesting. Let's take a look at that. Increases rate at which damage multiplier rises while enemies are staggered, as well as increases multiplier maximum damage to 200%. The battle technique Double Impact is earned upon attaining the multiplier maximum. Interesting. Yeah, we'll be doing that. We'll get rid of the cooldowns. We can always put it back and take the Dancing Steel will damage off. We actually don't need that to be doing will damage, so we'll see. If I miss the cooldowns dramatically, then I'll put that back. But you know what? We really don't need that will damage. What was it? This one, Escapement Belt, I believe is the one. You don't need Dancing Steel to be doing will damage. That's what Diamond Dust and Impulse for. Much rather have a huge stagger damage potential buff. Since you know how much I hate these bomb things, we'll just Diamond Dust in the middle of all this. Get that out of the way nice and fast. Level 50, right? Yeah. Really getting up there in levels. I actually have zero idea what the max level even is for this game, so we could have just hit it. I guess we'll keep an eye on the XP gauge and see if it keeps going up.
Did the tower make this as well? Or is it some sort of
What is
corruption?
this?
I don't know, but wouldn't you say it looks oddly familiar?
Has that dusk crystal ether kind of running through it like a vein? Or like arteries. It's like a living art in this tower. Taking a seat for me. It has a huge multiplier effect. fault. Wrong time to be airborne. Okay, so we upped our damage capacity there by, what, 33,000? We didn't even get to do the whole combo. I still didn't get up to the 200% though. I got up to what, like 180, I think. So if I can figure out how to get the 200, that'll be insane.
Initializing emergency subroutines. Diverting reactor power.
I think it's getting ready to receive us.
Suppose we should act accordingly then. It's not gonna be easy.
Ah, there's another one of those devices.
Well, last time we did this, it was a law dump, right?
Development log entry 750501. Average improvement of crystal resilience 492% when biological core exhibits high ethereal congruity. Specimens with a congruity rating of 7 or below are to be sent to B level for military repurposing.
Waste not, want not.
Okay, so creatures that don't have a high capacity for ether usage were just turned into monsters, basically, for the military. And the creatures that did were turned into crystals. So anything that can use a lot of ether, we're going to be running into as crystals. And the things that couldn't, we're going to be running into as creature features. That a little.
If all of this truly was the work of the Fallen,
Then they were closer to attaining godhood than we ever imagined.
No wonder Ultima struck them down.
Okay, this is cool as shit. This is a boss arena. Yeah, I thought so.
Let's try.
Absolute insanity level damage.
Secondary and tertiary firewalls breached. Code red. Code red.
The heart must be close.
Yeah, I think we're getting to the cusp of things. This place has such a cool vibe. Can't wait to see what's going on with all this. It's already mentioned in Ultima too, so maybe we'll get more clues as to what's been going on with all
Now's
this.
our chance.
Easy, Joshua. I've killed a bunch of these. It's never that simple. Bro, look at this place. My favorite color is red, so all this is just scratching the shit out of my brain.
Unauthorized entry detected. Primary core firewalls activated. Initializing iconoclastic defense system Omega 1.
What the hell is an iconoclastic defense system?
I've a feeling we're about to find out. And that we will not like the answer.
What are you? Digitize the Mothercrystal.
Core containment.
You know, and I said it gave me repo vibes.
Authorizing environmental sterilization protocol.
Well, at least we know where it is this time.
Quite. And if we want it...
If we want it, all we have to do is kill an Eikon.
Safety routines disabled. Weapons armed. Stand clear.
Okay, I don't know what that is, but
Nice try.
let's see what he's got for us. Stay still for me for a second. That free cooldown.
Is it over? Please tell me it's over.
Data assessment complete. Recalculating threat level. Weapon routines authorized. Rerouting core power to Omega 1.
That was just assessing my threat level.
Not yet. And what makes you say that?
Those new arms, for one.
I see.
All right. I'm convinced.
Hey, you think? Oh, you have a weird moveset, don't you? You have one of those movesets. Let's get you on your ass for a second. When in Rome, we already have it right here, so we may as well, right?
Do you feel the heat, brother? Seems like it still has some fire left in it. Nice try.
Come here, you big bitch. A little bit of a sideline issue right now. Fuck, he jumped. I can't cancel out of that either. He jumped right at the last second after. Almost caught him.
Safeguards unique. Commencing dimensional compression.
Dimensional compression.
Why can't I?
Breathe? Because it's constricting all of creation.
Well then. We'd better kill it quick.
A perfect time for me to have just used my
Clive, we're running out of room.
big stuff then, huh?
Keep fighting.
That was getting a little close to the wire. And maybe we're starting to get a doubt of concern in my head there. Omega nodule. Common sense would suggest that any metal taken from the corpse of a centuries-old construct, metal that shudders and quakes like a slab of fleshy-cut swine's flesh, should be given a wide berth, if not a hefty heave into some nearby lagoon. That said, legendary weaponry is rarely the product of common sense.
Omega Control Unit. Offline. Initiating emergency core extraction.
Would you care to do the honors, Clive?
Gladly. For what? I thought I told you to leave this place.
What must you ruin us all? I cannot let you do that. We need these crystals. They're all we have.
Nobody needs
Just
crystals.
who is this we?
We are of an ancient tribe, one of the first to lose its lands to the Blight. For countless years, we were forced to roam the Twins. A nation without a Mothercrystal, a people without a blessing. So we found our own. The dust crystals provide us a means to survive.
You'll note a significant lack of blessed nations
Yes,
currently
but
by
at
mother
what
crystals.
cost? Like all crystals, these shards channel ether. And where do you think that ether comes from? It's sucked from the land, as a leech sucks blood from a beast.
And what? You just expect us to believe that?
No, but that doesn't make what we've told you any less true. If this heart is anything like the others, it will bleed the twins of their life force, till naught remains, naught but death.
The proof is all around. What do you think robbed your people of their home in the first place? We are trying to stop that from happening again. And this is the only way.
Fuck me. You're Sid.
You saw what happened after the Empire lost Drake's head. What do you suppose they will do when they find out, as they surely will, that there is another heart hidden right here under their noses? Your people's need will count for naught.
Destroying this is obviously the right call. The fact that it sucks the life out of the land is enough.
Damn it.
Not to mention the
It doesn't
wars
look
that would be
like we have
fought
much of a
over it as the
choice.
last crystal. Even in the middle of the apocalypse,
said
they'd
you
all
didn't
fight over
believe him,
this, like
Chief.
the lost tie and like lost toy in the
I
pram.
don't. But the man does have a point. There's no keeping this place a secret now. And hanging on to these crystals will only get our people killed.
And the rest.
Have it your way then. Just promise me you'll leave my people out of it.
I don't see why they'd ever
Stand
need
back.
to be in it.
It's about to get hot in here.
surge detected. Warning. System overload. System overload. Error. Core not found. System failure imminent. System failure.
I think we should probably leave. We're in a giant ether powered tower with no ether power.
I hope we did the right thing.
Now, when this happens, I wonder if the ether goes back into the land. It's just gone. Like, does this undo any of the process, or does it just prevent further damage?
We all saw the crystal's fate, but what of the cages? We barely even explored half of the chambers.
Without the heart to sustain them, I doubt those still slumbering in the tower will stir now, if ever.
I hope you're right. The last thing the world needs is one of those six-legged pests running around wreaking havoc. We have more than enough two-legged pests to deal with as it is. However blameless they may claim to be.
What? Oh, two-legged. Right.
You catch on fast.
Sorry. I was just wondering what I'm going to tell the village elders when we get back. I suppose I'll just beg them for forgiveness, and when that doesn't work, give them the slip and lie low for a year or two.
You're planning to run away? Again?
What? It's got us this far, hasn't it? I mean, we may have had a bit of help, like.
Kind of you to remember. Will you and your people be alright?
Oh, we've made do without before. I reckon we'll survive. And if what you said is true, it's not like the rest of the realm's going to have it much easier. Besides, one man's ordeal is another man's opportunity, as the old saying goes.
I don't recall ever hearing that one, but fine.
Now, if you don't mind, we've got places to be.
We do? I mean, we do.
Thanks for everything.
I said, we've got places to be.
Well, that was actually the most interesting fight chain in the whole game so far. I thoroughly enjoyed
Back
those
to the hideaway
encounters.
then. Karen and Hippocrates will want to hear about this.
I was thinking we might first return to the tower and see if we can...
Back to the hideaway, then.
No studying for you, Joshua. Now, I'm assuming that's locked off. No, we can, yeah, it is. We can just go back to the den. No more visiting that tower. Okay. Let's go see what Karen and Harpocrates have to say about all that. Yeah, the Omega fire was very interesting. Very big and flashy. That whole thing just reminded me of a Reaper. The whole flesh merged with machine angle and using that to power machinery and suck ether from the land. That's literally the Reaper plotline, right? What do you have for me? I get excited every time I see that little gold ball above your name.
So, what it be?
You have an Omega weapon, which is very good compared to what I'm using, so, of course.
Should last you a good while.
We're gonna get that equipped immediately. No new armors for us. What does this one look like? And yet again, another very pretty blade. I like the glowing purple that it has on that. Got a diamond in the pommel. Very cool. Alright, Karen. They're all dead. Tower's dead. The crystals are gone. Appreciate the tip.
Back, are ya? So? Did you find out where the dust crystals were coming from, or what?
It's, a long story. And perhaps one better told in the shelves.
Bloody hell. Remind me never to go poking round in any fallen ruins.
Seems like it would be common sense.
Not only a mother crystal of human creation, but an icon as well. Truly, the study of our fallen forebears is endlessly rewarding.
And that thing had world-ending
The wonders
icon
of which they were
powers.
capable never ceased to amaze.
That thing was collapsing
They came as
creation.
something of a surprise to us, too.
You can say that again. We had no idea what we were getting ourselves into when we set foot in that tower.
We only knew the old stories. Of a people so consumed by greed that they sought to overthrow the gods. And I'd hazard the thing we found in that tower was conceived for that very purpose.
Omega, the offspring of the Fallen's boundless knowledge and unchecked ambition. A dangerous combination for all concerned.
And Ultima crushed them. It was he whose secrets the Fallen coveted, let's not forget. He whom they strove to dethrone. Just as we strive to dethrone him now. Without their knowledge. And without their weapons of war.
Clive.
This power I've been given may exceed even theirs. But if I use it, as they did, who's to say things won't end the same way?
Come now, brother. I think the events of recent days have made it abundantly clear that we are not our ancestors. As well you know.
You're right. They made crystals. We destroy them.
In crafting their artificial art, the Fallen sought to emulate the divine. But that is not the path we have chosen.
No. We don't want to be gods. We just want to be free.
Well said.
Well, even Ultima has a will.
If one does not learn from the mistakes of the past, one is doomed to repeat them.
Hasn't the thing keeping us on the straight and narrow this whole game been
And so,
ours? That'll be the difference
I
between
need
us and
to
the
write
Fallen.
down everything you've told me to the very last detail, that those who come after might learn from our travails, and perhaps, just perhaps, forge a brighter future for our descendants.
Like Clive said, the Fallen, their will was to become gods. Our will is to just live our own life and be free of one. That was a very short little DLC, but it was very concise and enjoyable. Not sure if I'm so sold on the size of that, but Dusk Shard, as if unable or unwilling to accept the loss of their mother with the destruction of the Sage Spire's heart, did only by dusk crystals shatter and fade. Oddly, those far removed from the tower, however, do not appear to have suffered the same fate, including a particularly suspect sample Goots was gullied into buying on a recent journey to Porter's Old. They're not even what you'd call decent, Bamiel. Yeah, that Omega fight was fun. That thing had, like I said, potentially world-ending abilities. It can collapse all of creation. Like like Clive, Jill, and Joshua were all saying they couldn't breathe.
Still alive.
If we hadn't killed it there, it would have folded reality on us and killed us.
If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it.
That is an impressive weapon of war the Fallen ended up coming up with.
Yeah.
I wonder if Ultima defeated that, or if he just never had to deal with it because he defeated them.
Finished,
I
are
suppose
you?
we'll never know. But that was a fun expansion. A little faster than I would have hoped. Like I said, I was hoping to dig into that for a couple hours and get a bit more story out of it, but fun nonetheless. Dear Sid, I write you this note from Imperial lands. Yes, I know we said we'd be going straight home, but a little detour to trade the trinkets we'd picked up on our travels from some rusty gill seemed in order. Give the elders something to soften the shock of losing the dust crystals. Truth is, those crystals have long been a lifeline for our people, and though I may have been quick to comprehend your reasoning that they're naught but a tether to a sinking ship, humble country folk like mine are rather less receptive to new ideas. Wish me luck in turning them to the righteous path. Samuel. P.S. In the unlikely event that we should find ourselves driven from our home at point of pitchfork, I trust you'll spare us a bed or three. Lads can sleep on the floor at a pinch. How touching, negotiating for his men, huh? Now, I imagine given that we got a credit roll there, we don't have any side quests, but let me look real quick. It does not look like it. Looks like we're all wrapped up and done with that. Right, well, since we're done with the expansion, we have been going over for an hour, so that is probably going to be a wrap for this episode. And then I suppose next time I'll make Star and Rising Tide. Then we'll go ahead and see the game out. I'm very curious where all this ends. Alas, thanks for watching everybody. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, leave a like and a comment. If you want to support the cause and help improve the channel, there is as always a tip link in the description below. Otherwise, stay tuned and I'll see you soon with more Final Fantasy. Take care everybody, have a great day.